The bad boy who said he wasn't into me. During the worst year of my life, the school's notorious bad boy found me collecting cans in an alley and offered to let me shower at his place. I firmly refused, insisting I wasn't that kind of girl. He looked me up and down once, then turned away with a shrug. Relax. I'm not into scrawny kids anyway. When I came out of the bathroom with wet hair, he had me pinned against his piano, texting other guys behind my back. Haley, you really think I won't touch you? Chapter 1. The thugs cornered me in the alley behind the dollar store just after school. That's a lot of cans you've collected. Must be worth something. Hand over the money. I stood there in my faded denim jacket, watching them kick my carefully collected cans across the pavement. The neighborhood around the trailer park was rough, full of guys like these. Usually, I'd sprint home before they noticed me. But today, cramps had slowed me down. One moment of weakness, and here I was trapped. I don't have money. The one they called boss stepped closer. No money? Then give us a show. You've got a nice figure bet you'd look good dancing for us. The others laughed, reaching for my jacket. My heart hammered, but I swung hard, slapping the leader across the face. Better to take a beating than the alternative. He kicked me in the stomach, sending me sprawling. My insides felt rearranged. I curled up, protecting my head, bracing for more blows that never came. The shadows around me scattered like someone had switched on a floodlight. The leader yelped and limped away, throwing back the classic, "You'll pay for this." My rescuer's hand was warm as he helped me out of the alley. Gratitude flooded through me. Under the streetlight, I finally saw his face. My blood ran cold. Zane Mitchell, the school's most dangerous bad boy. Chapter 2. Zane had transferred to our school just 2 days ago. Rumor was he'd been expelled from his last school for making someone drink from a toilet. Teachers literally sweated when they saw him. I felt his eyes burning into my back during class. When I turned, he was staring at me with an intensity that made my skin prickle. He looked away the moment our eyes met. After he saved me, I thanked him, only to get scolded. Why didn't you scream for help? Because in neighborhoods like mine, screaming only attracted more predators. I didn't explain, just thanked him again. For the next 2 days, Zane followed me everywhere. As soon as the bell rang, I'd pack up and speedwalk home. Partly because I needed to collect cans before dark. Partly because Zane was always there, casually swinging his backpack, matching my pace step for step. He walked close enough that I couldn't bend down to grab the bottles without looking desperate. After passing the 5th can, I finally spun around. Why are you following me? He stepped closer, hands in his pockets. Even in the loose uniform, he looked like he'd stepped out of a magazine. I'm Zane Mitchell. Haven't you memorized that yet? His question caught me off guard. He leaned down, noticing how my bangs trembled with nerves, and asked softly, "Are you afraid of me?" I forced myself to meet his eyes and shook my head, trembling harder. He smiled. Haley Chen, I heard you're top of the class. I need a tutor. A tutor? No way did I want anything to do with this walking disaster. Plus, I needed my evenings for collecting cans. I shook my head frantically. I can't teach you. 300 per session. $100 bonus for every letter grade improvement. His smile reached his eyes. Deal? Chapter 3. Zane's offer was too good to refuse. 1 tutoring session equaled a month of can collecting. So I became his tutor. We met at the coffee shop near school. Zane ordered coffee. I nursed free water. He worked through problems while I graded. Surprisingly, Zane wasn't stupid, just behind on fundamentals. Even more surprising, he had a good temper. When stuck, he just frowned slightly. No toilet drinking punishments required. After 1 session, Zane walked me home. Halfway there, he suddenly jogged ahead and tied his uniform jacket around my waist. I looked up to find his pale face burning red. "You leaked through." I glanced down, mortified, and tried to untie his jacket. He grabbed my hands. "Leave it. It'll stain your jacket." He frowned. I said, "Leave it. Can you just listen?" I instantly froze. He steered me to a drugstore. The feminine hygiene aisle overwhelmed me with options. Zane looked genuinely flustered. "Get whatever you usually use." I'd never used real pads, always made do with folded toilet paper. A pack of pads cost as much as a week of cafeteria lunches. I grabbed a roll of toilet paper instead. "This works." Zane stared at me in disbelief. "You use toilet paper?" I stared at the floor, unable to meet his eyes. I knew poor people didn't deserve dignity, but in that moment, I just wanted him to say nothing. When I looked up, Zane was already clearing the shelf, dumping every box of pads into his basket. "Ring it up." I tried to pay, but Zane shot me a look. "Really? You want to fight about this now? If you feel that bad, buy me lunch sometime." The summer breeze felt like a lazy thief, stealing the awkwardness between us. So pads really did smell nice. Chapter 4. The next day, Zane said we'd tutor at his house from now on. I knew he was trying to spare me embarrassment. After that session, when Zane handed me my payment, I didn't take it. 300 per session is too much. I know I need money, but my tutoring isn't worth that. He pressed the cash into my hand. "You're Roosevelt High's top student. Private tutors charge 500. I'm getting a discount. Don't feel bad." His smile was genuine. But I knew he was protecting my pride. I couldn't repay his kindness with money, so I threw myself into helping him study, even offering weekend sessions. One Saturday, I arrived early. Zane was at the piano, wearing just a casual t-shirt, but looking impossibly handsome. Want to learn? I nodded, then shook my head. He smiled gently. Don't worry, free lessons. He sat me beside him on the bench. Think of piano like mathematical combinations. Each chord and rhythm creates music. He positioned my hands gently, forming the proper curve. Ms. Chen, pretend you're holding an egg. That's the elegant way. The music filled the massive living room. For a moment, I felt like a princess. After teaching me a few pieces, I had to ask. Zane, why are you so nice to me? He paused, then said lightly, maybe you saved my life once. Chapter 5. It was late when tutoring ended. Zane walked me home, staring at my tiny room behind the scrapyard. Mind if I come in? My place was cramped. The scrapyard owner rented it to me for $50 a month out of pity. I was embarrassed, but his sincere eyes made me cave. With only one bed, Zane had to sit on it. He looked around. Haley, you live alone? Yeah. My parents died when I was little. My grandmother passed when I started high school. He frowned. How do you survive? I found my only unchipped cup and poured him water. Like you've seen collecting cans, weekend jobs. Not much, but enough to eat. Zane didn't drink. Just observed everything. The threadbare sheets. The broken window screen. The pencils sharpened to nubs. Outside, drunks smashed bottles, screaming obscenities. I felt exposed. Sorry about the conditions. His eyes darkened. Have you always lived like this? I wanted to say it wasn't that bad. But tears came first. It was all lies. Life was hard. Zane patted my head gently. Haley, if you need help, just ask. Chapter 6. After that night, Zane became obsessed with my well-being. Haley, our housekeeper bought extra toiletries. Take these. This bedding set is hideous. You use it. Cafeteria chicken is too salty today. Here, you. Eat it. Every refusal met his intimidating glare, so I stopped fighting. I developed strange feelings for Zane. When he struggled with formulas, I created mnemonics and followed him between classes, whispering them repeatedly. I wanted to share every joy and sorrow with him first. If I couldn't find him, I'd wait. Even my friend Jessica noticed. Don't tell me you're falling for Zane Mitchell. I froze. Was I? What's it like, liking someone? Like you are now thinking of him first for everything. I snuck a glance at Zane. Would he ever like me back? He caught my eye and mouthed, what's wrong? Jessica scoffed. He's from old money. Sure, he seems interested now, but you're just entertainment. Girls like us reaching for more than we deserve? We crash hard. Chapter 7. Jessica's words hit like a sledgehammer. What did I have to offer him? Could I afford the price of feelings? When Zane asked me to lunch, I made excuses and fled. I stopped visiting him between classes. After dodging him repeatedly, Zane cornered me during tutoring. He grabbed my textbook. I lunged for it, crashing into his chest. Our eyes met, lips inches apart. I jerked back, terrified. He flipped through my book, filled with his name written over and over. Haley, do you like me? I snatched the book and ran. The next day, Zane blocked my desk the moment class ended, asking complex questions to keep me there. He stood close, breath warm on my neck, making me dizzy. I forced myself to focus on math, but kept making mistakes. Thankfully, the principal called me to her office. Because of my grades, I'd been selected for the state math competition, the only spot from our school. The principal handed me study guides. Haley, the school's reputation rests on you. This is your partner, Nathan Cross from Westfield Prep. Learn from each other. I finally noticed the boy beside her. Nathan was famous, multiple competition wins, citywide recognition. Nice to meet you. I'm Nathan. Time's tight, so we'll be spending a lot of time together. Studying, he said. Competition partners didn't just study together and needed to strategize as a team. My schedule exploded. I barely had time for Zane's tutoring. When Zane asked for help, Nathan appeared at our classroom door, needing to discuss problem-solving sequences. Zane's face turned arctic. He slammed his book on the desk. Nathan gave Zane a strange look, then mentioned the competition coach had called a special session. By the end of the week, Zane looked ready to commit murder. After class one evening, I found him waiting under a streetlight at the school gate. I tried to walk past, pretending not to see him. He blocked my path. What's your problem with me? Why are you avoiding me? Chapter 8. Because of the gap between us. I wanted to scream. Just busy with the competition. I stepped left, he blocked left. I stepped right, he blocked right. Finally, I stepped backward into a puddle, mud splashing my clothes. The wet fabric clung uncomfortably, making my skin itch. Zane pulled me out, but I instinctively shook off his hand. Haley, even if you don't want to tutor me anymore, you should at least help until I find someone else. I couldn't refuse and followed him home. Inside, Zane tossed my backpack aside and dragged me to the bathroom. I don't like my tutor teaching in dirty clothes. Get cleaned up. He wanted me to shower at his house. That's not appropriate. Stop pretending. Can you shower at your place? Will your clothes dry by tomorrow? He looked me up and down once. Relax. I'm not into scrawny kids anyway. He shut the bathroom door. His words stung. Not interested, yet so kind to me. After showering, my clothes were already washed and drying. I wore Zane's clothes and went downstairs. In the living room, Zane sat at the piano, face dark as storm clouds. He beckoned me over. I approached nervously. The next second, he had me pinned against the piano. His red eyes blazed with possession, warm fingers trailing from my cheek downward. So this is why you've been cold. Found someone new. He held up his phony me messages with Nathan. Texting other guys behind my back. Haley, you really think I won't touch you? Chapter 9. I lacked competition experience. Nathan had been teaching me. After school, he'd sent his personal notes electronically. I knew top students' notes were precious, rarely shared. I'd simply thanked him. But Nathan had replied 2 minutes ago. Haley, I've wanted to say this, I think I'm falling for you. Zane laughed coldly. Is it just competition you discuss? I heard Nathan's dad runs the school board. Trying to climb the social ladder? His eyes dropped to my bare legs under the bathrobe. Is this how you seduce men? Wearing my robe now, wearing his tonight. Slap. My hand moved fast and hard, snapping Zane's head to the side. I tutor you for fair wages. I contact Nathan because teachers required it. I never had ulterior motives. If you think I'm after your money, we're done. Panic flashed in Zane's voice. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Your clothes should be dry. Let me get them. Outside. Zane's house, tears burned my eyes. So many people had twisted my kindness into greed. I thought I was immune to such accusations. But hearing them from Zane? Agony. Tears splashed on my hands, my shirt. My suppressed sobs thundered in my chest. Zane caught me from behind. Seeing my tears, he tensed. I'm sorry, Haley. You know I just care about you. When you said that, you negated everything I've worked for. I may be poor, but every penny I earn, everything I do, is honest. Forget it. We were never from the same world anyway. Thanks for everything. I shook off his hand. He stood frozen, not following. Right. We were planets that should never have crossed paths. Time to return to our separate orbits. Chapter 10. The next day at competition prep, my eyes were swollen like walnuts. Nathan looked surprised, then knowing. Fight with your bad boy boyfriend? I looked up. We usually only discussed problems and strategies, rarely anything personal. This was Nathan's first personal comment. I don't have a boyfriend. Nathan smiled, eyes crinkling. Good to know. Did you see my text last night? I'd forgotten about it completely. Stop joking around. I'm serious, Haley. No rush to answer. Think about it. Seeing his determination, I nodded awkwardly. Thankfully, he dropped it. Yesterday's final problem, I found another solution that could save time. I leaned in to hear his approach when a chair wedged between us. Zane sat down, scowling. I want to hear too. Nathan looked at him mockingly. Competition problems are 4 times harder than regular exams. Haley and I spent all day solving this. Stick to basics, Mitchell. Focus on passing your finals. Would be embarrassing to not even get into college. Zane remained calm despite Nathan's provocation. Really? Let's see what kind of sketchy shortcut you found. I watched them, confused. One with clenched fists, nails digging into palms. One grinding teeth, nearly cracking molars. What was happening? Oh, so you weren't the one who made Haley cry last night? Zane's expression darkened but didn't deny it. Nathan packed up. Haley, seems you have things to handle. Let's continue another day. His footsteps faded down the hallway. The classroom held just Zane and me in awkward silence. He pulled out cooling patches. For your eyes. Reduces swelling. I packed up to leave. Zane asked quietly, Haley, are you still angry? Will you come tutor this week? I left without looking back. Chapter 11. Leaving school while still light out, I pulled out my collecting bag for the first time in weeks. Tutoring Zane had been a dream. Now I'd woken up. Crushing cans into my bag, I quickened my pace at that familiar alley. These days with Zane escorting me, I'd forgotten about safety. The thugs were back, looking interested. Then a bottle landed in my bag. Zane appeared behind me with several more bottles. The thugs scattered immediately. Zane said nothing, just followed, collecting bottles. When I refused his, he'd leave them by my window. Often after competition prep, I'd find Zane on the basketball court, drenched in sweat. He'd leave with every quart bottle collected. His teammates called out, going green now, Mitchell. Zane just kept collecting. Competition day arrived quickly. Nathan and I performed well together. Walking out, I was still high on solving that final problem, mentally working through alternate solutions. Haley, have you considered my question? I snapped back. What question? Be my girlfriend, Haley. I liked you from our first meeting. Learning about your situation made me want to help more. I can support you through college. An unwelcome voice interrupted. Haley doesn't care about money. Zane lounged behind us, backpack slung casually. Nathan's face soured. Eavesdropping is poor manners, Mitchell. Zane shrugged. Sorry. For interrupting your confession. But Haley won't accept. Don't pressure her. I'm Westfield's top student. You? Nathan stood beside me, contempt clear. You're just dead weight holding her back. Zane froze at those words. I'd heard enough and went home. Chapter 12. Competition results came quickly. My unique solution earned early admission to State University. I instinctively wanted to share with Zane. But his desk sat empty. He'd been absent for days. The principal found me. Haley, Zane's sick. As class representative, please visit him. Standing at Zane's door felt surreal. I knocked gently. The door opened to reveal Zane, pale but eyes lighting up at seeing me. I felt awkward. Heard you were sick. Principal sent me to check on you. He hummed softly, letting me in. When he went for water, he swayed dangerously. I caught him. Stop being stubborn when you're sick. Heard. You got into State University early. Congratulations. I didn't respond, just placed his missed notes on the coffee table and grabbed my bag. Leaving already? His eyes pleaded like a kicked puppy. Seeing his thin pajamas, I frowned. No one's taking care of you. He smiled bitterly. Housekeeper's on vacation. The cold stove confirmed he hadn't eaten. I made simple vegetable porridge. Zane watched from the couch with intense focus. His stare made me uncomfortable, so I spoke first. You're usually so healthy. Why suddenly sick? I get sick this time every year. It's my mother's death anniversary. My cooking hands stilled. I glanced at the prominent wedding photo, not his mother. That's my stepmother. Mom was a famous pianist. She developed depression during her second pregnancy. Dad ignored her, even destroyed her favorite piano. I was young, came home from school to find her on the piano bench, blood everywhere. She'd slit her wrists on her beloved piano. Zane shook uncontrollably. I wrapped him in a blanket. Before Mom's body was cold, Dad remarried. I stared at Zane in disbelief. I'd thought he was a privileged, carefree rich kid. Now he looked fragile, broken, trapped in that afternoon when his mother died. I didn't know how to comfort him. I just served the warm porridge. Zane ate. Slowly, lashes wet. In that moment, he was another version of Maloneyly, helpless, but pretending otherwise. Zane, what do you want from life? His eyes moved to the grand piano by the window. Morning light streamed through, warming the bench. I don't know. Maybe I'll never perform on stage like her. Remembering the confident boy from before, I interrupted. You will. You'll become an excellent pianist like your mother. I believe in you, Zane. He stared at me, eyes reddening. He hugged me carefully through the blanket. I'm sorry, Haley. Following you these days, I finally saw your real life. I was too presumptuous before. In that moment, Zane and I ran from opposite ends of the world to meet again. This time, we both brought sincerity. Chapter 13. I took over caring for Zane. Grocery shopping, cooking, supervising medication. More importantly, helping him catch up on schoolwork. Soon Zane recovered and returned to school. Teachers were shocked after missing so much, his grades had actually improved. His practice test scores cleared the bar for top universities. During this time, Nathan called about early admission. Thinking how much Nathan had helped with competition, I wanted to buy him a thank you gift with my tutoring money. Zane ground his teeth. Using MY money. To buy other guys' presents? Don't tell me you like him. After I denied it, he curled up like a sulky cat. Better not. While gift shopping, Zane shadowed me. I chose a nice pen, meaningful but not too expensive. Turning around, I found Zane pouting at me. Want me to get you something too? His eyes brightened, then dimmed when I reached for another pen. He gets a thoughtful gift, I get an afterthought. I put it back, embarrassed. What do you want then? He scanned the store, finally pointing at magnetic puppy keychains. One white, one yellow, fuzzy. And cute. They separated but snapped together when close. Hard to imagine 6-foot Zane wanting something so adorable. Really? Just pay for it. I complied. Outside, Zane attached the yellow puppy to his keys, then held out his hand. Your keys. I handed them over. He attached the white puppy to my apartment key. When the puppies magnetized together, forming a heart, something struck my chest. Looking up questioningly, I found the answer clear in Zane's smiling eyes. He looked relaxed, content just being with me. And surprisingly, so was I. Chapter 14. When I gave Nathan his gift, he seemed unhappy. Haley, with your scores, you could aim higher than State. We could take the entrance exams together, go to an Ivy League school. I glanced at Zane waiting under the trees. I love State University's literature program. Even if I took entrance exams, I'd still choose State. Besides, someone important to me will be there too. Nathan followed my gaze. Zane Mitchell? State's good, but it's not Ivy League. You think he can make it? After school, I walked silently behind Zane. He slowed down, and for the first time, we walked side by side. Other students in uniform stared. I blushed but didn't pull away. What? Were you two discussing that I couldn't hear? He seemed like such a child sometimes. He wants us to attend the same university. Zane kicked a can violently. Why should you go to his university? Did you agree? I looked at him, confused. Why would I? I don't like him. Then who do you like? His eyes fixed on my flushed cheeks. Before I could answer, he interrupted. Never mind. Don't tell me. Zane, are you not confident in yourself? He didn't answer. Just, don't date him. What else did he say? Watching his awkward expression, I smiled. He said you couldn't get into state university. But I said with me as your tutor, you definitely could. Chapter 15. When results came out, Zane exceeded expectations by dozens of points. He could choose better schools but picked state university anyway. His father was furious. During summer break, Zane gleefully told me about it. Plus I chose music, his most hated major. Not that I did it to spite him, but the bonus anger is nice. First semester at state, Zane was chosen to perform at New Year's. In his tailored tuxedo, he caused a sensation. After his performance to thunderous applause, I felt genuinely happy for him. This was his first public performance, with many more to come. I waited backstage with flowers, but another girl intercepted him first. Wasn't this bad boy Zane Mitchell? Zane spotted me and whispered something in her ear. She looked at me, nodded, and left. Only then did Zane approach. I was annoyed. Aren't these for me? He gestured at the flowers. They were. Not anymore. I hugged them tightly. He smiled knowingly. I finally snapped. What did you whisper about? So close together. Jealous? He beckoned me closer. He whispered in my ear. I told her the girl with flowers is my fiancé. I turned crimson. Since when am I your fiancé? His breath was warm against my ear. Since now. Suddenly, fireworks exploded overhead in brilliant colors. Zane pulled out a ring. Haley, will you make a home with me? Students gathered, taking photos and cheering. I couldn't hear their shouts. I only heard my heart's answer. Yes. I will. The end.